what we're showing here is that a lot of racks do not rotate around the center. Okay, the center of the mass on this rack, being that this angle is welded into the rack to the side, the center of the mass is right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take and adjust this holder down here, okay, to get your best. Okay, we're going to lower this a little bit, and you can see that the rack's about level. Okay, and this is done by a spring clip right here. So we're going to close it. Okay, if you notice, all the pins here are sticking up about the same length. So you rack all your parts, open it with this release here. Again, you're going to rotate it high side, which is using the angle to support it. Then we're going to close it again. Rack all this again. Again, all pins are up. Now, as we rotate this rack to the low side, as you notice, the rack drops at this end a little bit. So we just adjust this up just a hair. Again, closing the rack. Okay, rack all your parts. Okay, release. Again, we're going to be on the low side again, so you're going to rotate this like this. Rack all your parts across here. The rack is then lifted, removed from machine, and then goes into processing to take and do your painting, e-coating, plating, whatever you want to do. The rack comes back from your processing. You're going to stick the one end in the slot down at this end. You're going to stick it on the support here, okay? It's supported, okay? And then again on the flat of that angle. It unracks the parts, they drop below. Now you'll come back, you'll lift the rack out, turn the rack. Okay, again putting it on the flat of that angle. Okay, you've just dropped all your parts. Now when you go to take and go on the top of these two angles, okay, you move the support out of the way, rotate rack, put it in the slot, set it right there, close the rack. Okay, drop, all parts drop. Okay, release. Put that end back in the slot, set this, close it. Okay, all parts have been dropped off the rack. The rack is now empty and can go back down into the processing area. So we start off, whatever you end up with as far as your adjustment here, that's what you start with. Okay. Now we ended up with the low side or the high side, so you'll start with the high side of the adjustment, just like so. Again, then you can just start racking all over again. Okay. In the next edition, we're going to take and go over taking and adjusting from this style rack to the next rack.